The beginning of this week's Parsha VaYeitzey sees Yaakov waking up twice from his sleep. The first time is after the well-known prophetic dream of the ladder extending to heaven, with angels going up and down it. And behold, God was at the top of the ladder and spoke to Yaakov concerning his future. At this point, Yaakov woke up. The Torah describes his waking up thus: Vayikatz Yaakov mishnato. Yaakov awoke from his sleep. Yaakov returned to sleep and rose again sometime later. But this time, the Torah describes his waking up as Vayashkema Yaakov baboker. Yaakov rose early in the morning. Why does the Torah describe Yaakov's waking up using two different terminologies if it essentially amounts to the same thing that Yaakov woke up from his sleep? The Torah is very exact when it uses a certain word or phrase, and the English translation of these words for waking up does not do them justice. In fact, these two different descriptions for waking up are not synonymous, but are actually describing two very different set of actions and circumstances for arising from sleep. The first word that the Torah used for waking up is vayikatz. This word does not just mean to wake up. When looking at its spelling, the word katz can be found within, katz meaning end. Accordingly, describing a person waking up using this word vayikatz means that the person's sleep was prematurely cut short and awoke abruptly and or possibly even startled. This is exactly what happened to Yaakov. Yaakov should have slept through the night, but once he had experienced his prophetic dream, he abruptly awoke with a start. He immediately realized that it had been no ordinary dream, but a visitation from God. Since the angels in his dream appeared to be a changing of the guard, that could only mean that the place that he was now sleeping must be none other than a gate to heaven. If that was true, then that definitely worried him, as he was concerned that he might have possibly desecrated God's house by doing something mundane such as sleeping in a holy place. The Torah described the second instance of Yaakov getting up as Vayashkem. Vayashkem is related to Hashkama, meaning early. Since we are talking about getting up, it must mean that Yaakov got up early. The Torah, however, doesn't actually say that Yaakov went back to sleep. That's just our presumption from the text. It's even possible that Yaakov was unable to fall back to sleep after his encounter with God in his dream and lay worried and concerned or thinking over his experience for the rest of the night. As such, it should mean that he rose up early, whether waking up early or just to get an early start for continuing his journey. We don't see, however, that Yaakov left early from the place that he had slept. The Torah describes that Yaakov arose and went through a whole litany of things in the place where he had gone to sleep. He anointed the rock that he had used as a pillow that night. He named the place where he was, Beit El, or God's house. In response to God's offer in his dream, Yaakov vowed that he would offer up 1/10 of his possessions to God if he safely returns home. In other words, Vayashkem doesn't mean to wake up early. Rather, it means that a person gets an early start, possibly including to wake up early, for doing something purposeful so that the momentum and feeling that is for the task at hand does not subside. By utilizing these two different words for arising, the Torah is coming to help broaden our understanding of Yaakov's experience and subsequent reactions to that momentous night. Shabbat Shalom.